Have you ever wondered why New Year resolutions don't work? According to US clinical psychology, only 8% of New Year resolutions get accomplished. That means 92% of people fail. So if you want to be one of those 8% who accomplish their goals and have your dream life as you deserve, so please join me in this episode as we're going to dig deeper on why some people cannot reach their goals and how we can fix this. This course is actually, and this episode is very excellent complement to my online course, which is available for free. So we're going to put the link here and you're going to have a look at this. So make sure you have pen and paper ready to take lots of notes, and I've got lots of notes here as well to take you through it. So make sure you will get everything captured here. Welcome to the first episode of year 2020. That's a new decade, and let me congratulate you for surviving another decade, for working hard on your self-development, both financially and spiritually. So make sure you watch this episode to the end, because I've got something very new and exciting. It is not something that you heard before or you've done before. And I'm so excited to share that with you all. Hi, my name is Helya Singh and welcome to our show. And today we are talking about the science behind goal setting and how to make sure what are the problems and how to avoid them so you can reach the goals that you want to achieve. By the end of episode, you're going to learn enough tools and you can apply them immediately towards your goal setting. So all I'm asking you is just your time, have fun, and take lots of notes there. I'm not a mind reader or a psychic, but I've got a pretty guess that most of you have already set some goals before and perhaps didn't get the result you wanted. You may even have tried the usual methods such as a S.T.A.R.T guideline or a S.M.A.R.T guideline, and they actually didn't quite work the way you wanted. So please don't feel guilty or embarrassed, because I felt that too. But I want to show you why those methods don't work. So with all the respect I have with those methods, and what is there that needs to be fixed in order to work for individuals. S.M.A.R.T guideline and S.M.A.R.T guideline, these two goal setting methods, they've created in 1981, and that the purpose was for business management objectives and goals. And obviously in that environment worked very well. And now you will know by the end of show why it worked well there, but when it came to individual application, it had that so many lacks in there. And that's why we're going to look into it to see that why those methods by itself, they don't work the way that we want it to work. Because they are more theoretical and they don't have the element of practicality to it. And give you a heads up, even though in my course, an online course, I use the same acronym, but in a whole different approach. So it's just to make it easier and not to confuse people, that to say, oh, I now have to find a new way or new acronym. So that's why I stick to those acronyms, but in a new approach, which is more applicable for this day and age. So imagine the new method, that old method was done 40 years ago. So obviously after 14 years, we need a bit of tweaking here and there. So it's never too late to set another goal worth pursuing. So before we start the goal setting, I want to take you through 5 steps that why the usual goal setting doesn't work, or why the New Year resolution, they don't work the way we want it to work. Because to fix something, first we have to be realistic to know what is the problem to fix. We can't just come up with new idea if it's still the underlying fundamental problem is there, so we can't just add on something to it. So I'm going to take you through these 5 steps, so please make a note. The first step is the social pressure. Most probably the time that person took that New Year resolution, they were under that social pressure. They went to a family gathering that then some family member criticized them, maybe because of their weight, their look, their marital status or something. And then it just made them, that triggered them, that anger and unhappiness, that they thought, okay, well, I have to do something about my life. So it wasn't their own decision, it was just because socially pressured to make a decision or make a goal. The second reason is the feeling lonely and low, and finding all your friends are, having someone, or especially now, very soon, Valentine's Day coming up, and saying that, okay, everybody's got someone, you're feeling lonely, and out of desperation and loneliness, you make a decision. And imagine, when the energy behind our decision are negative and low, we cannot expect a good result. This is very, very true and common sense. You know how much I care about common sense. So we need to see that, is this really working or not? And the third one is looking to change overnight. Look, if you have gained all these weights, it took you a few years or months to gain those weight, you cannot expect it to drop all those kilos in a night. So you need to look at that the goal processing and the achieving your goals is a process. It's going to take time. And if something happens overnight, honestly, it's not worth pursuing. So yeah, of course, miracle happens overnight, but we are not talking about that here. We need to work hard to get to the goal that we think it's worth pursuing. The fourth reason that people fail, they keep the goal to themselves because they are already manifesting and expecting that they're going to lose. So, and they don't want to lose face when they lose in their goals. So they don't want friends or family or colleague or someone say, see, I told you you can't do that. See, I told you that's just a wishful thinking. I told you not to do this. So that's the problem. So because down deep in your mind, subconsciously, you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to reach there anyway, so I better not to tell anyone. So don't worry about surprising others. You need to tell others about your goals. And the fifth one, which to me is one of the most important one, and actually that's the first topic of our Wealth Creation TV program, was about that, is about mindset. What is your mindset around your goal creation and manifestation? If you think you can't reach that, or this is just another exercise, or you're going to fail, well, I'm sorry, that's going to happen. As Henry Ford says, whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. So now you know 5 major reasons that why people fail in their New Year resolution or any goal setting. So if you think there are any other reasons, or you have experienced any more, so please feel free to comment it in the show, so at least others will be familiar to see that what else could trigger that. So thanks for that. Now let's look at see how we fix it. So that's the exciting part. According to dictionary, the definition of goal is something precise, aim, and objective that can help you to achieve what you want to achieve in a certain time. So let's say if you think that, okay, my goal is to become rich, sorry, it's not explicit enough. So because the definition of being rich is different for everyone. Or if you say, oh, I'm going to have a good shape or a better body shape, it's not specific enough. So that's why you need to be very, very specific on your goal setting. That's the first step. But before I'll give you the 5 reasons or 5 steps to get you closer to that, so let me tell you and share with you my journey in this process, that how come I came up with this goal setting course, and why this is my mission and why I'm so passionate about it. Many years ago, I've started my research in this area because obviously I had many goals that I didn't reach. and I hadn't failed them. And at the same time, there were some goals that very easily accomplished them, which for some people they thought, oh, that's hard to do it. So that made me thought, well, how come I'm the same person? If I can do very well in this area, why I couldn't do it in the other area? So that made me thinking, and then I started documenting and writing down all the goals and the process, not only for myself, even for my own clients. And I did it in every area, so not just about wealth creation, in every area, because I thought if I'm going to create something or come up with a formula, because as a math person I'm still got that nerd in me, I wanted to put everything in the formula and a system. So I thought, well, the formula should be generic for everything, doesn't matter what is the number or what we put in there. So that's why the objectives or the area that even I tried my research was even in weight loss, or even quit smoking, and even 3 times income generating within 1 year, 1 financial year. So I tried on all these areas for my clients and myself, and documenting it over years. And after hundreds and hundreds of different goal settings and documenting and researching, and obviously talking to experts, because by no measurement I'm a psychologist or I've got any degree or qualification in that area, but I was so interested and passionate about finding this for myself and my clients. So then I come up with a formula. So it wasn't overnight, so that's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't overnight. It took me a hard time, a long time to get there. But I'd like to share that with you. So imagine we live in a world that everybody reach the goal that they want to reach, and they living their dream. And obviously, as long as there is no problem or contradicting with other people's will and life, and we living in a community that everybody lives in peace and harmony and love and happy about themselves. So then we won't have any much more problem that unfortunately we see these days in the world. So to me, that is my vision, and that's why I made that my online course free. And it's available for everyone to do it, because I thought if I can do this, if I can put this legacy that somebody has done this course, and because of the result of that course has got the goal they wanted, doesn't matter how small or big, so I'm part of their journey and their self-development. So the system actually worked very well for my clients as well as myself. And this system is responsible for generating multi-million dollars in wealth creation collectively. So that's why we want to now talk about that. So are you ready? Now let's write down in that another piece of paper how to get closer to your goals. I'll take you through those 5 things. But again, before I go there, so I want to share with you this, that you might have been asking this question: how come a wealth coach is talking about weight loss, or talking about quit smoking? So am I not supposed to talk about only wealth creation? I want to tell you something, that in my experience, I've seen that people, when they go through life, so there is no such a thing as a perfect life. Even though we all know about that wheel of life, we try to work on every area. It is humanly impossible to work in every area at the same time. But if we find out what is the most pressing issue, or what is the most important thing that we like to fix it, and we put all our energy and focus in that area and fix it, that's going to affect other areas as well. So that's why in my experience I've seen people who work on their even weight loss, because weight loss is not just about shedding some kilos. It's about gaining the body confidence, about gaining that, yes, you are worth it, you are doing something for yourself. You can stand up to your hunger or your temptation. So, and imagine after that, I've seen people who've done it, they were able to then stand up to their boss and ask for a pay rise, or even look for another job, or even become a better leader at their workplace, which of course all of these will result in more income and better financial decisions. So as you see, even it's about talking about weight loss, that's going to impact your wealth creation as well. So now you know why I talk about every area of life. So now let's write down the 5 steps. The first step, which is the most essential part of your goal setting or New Year resolution, is to know your why. If you don't know your why, if you are not crystal clear on your why, I'm sorry, you are just wasting your time. And no wonder people fail and they can't even get to past month February after New Year resolution is done to follow through, because the why was not clear. So you need to know why you want to do it. Is this your decision, or is it because somebody else told you that you have to do this? Even though you think that, yes, that's a good advice, I should do this, because we've been telling ourselves and through social media and community and everyone that we should do this, we should do that. We're just putting should all over ourselves, but we are not looking at the set that why we want it. Is this really what you want to do it or not? Because if you are not clear 100% with your why, you will not be 100% committed to the process. Because the trick is, to get to your goal, you need to fall in love with the process. Without loving the process, there is no reaching goals. So you can't just say, yes, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to exercise, I don't want to diet, I don't want to do anything. And I don't care about those commercials that say that, yes, you don't do any of these things and you still can lose weight. I'm not talking about those ones here, but you need to love the process. Let's say if you want to become a doctor, engineer, whatever, so and have good marks, of course you have to study. How else you can download those information into your brain? Unless you are a robot or computer, that's different. But there is a process, and if you start loving the process, everything will be easier. The second one is, which is again most crucial part of your goal setting one, is you need to break down your big goal to small goals. By breaking it down, so it just makes it easier for you to digest or work towards it. I'll give you an example. Let's say if currently you are saving, or your saving pattern is, let's say, $500 a month. So you can put any numbers that you are actually doing. So I'm just giving you an example. And for whatever reason, and once you are clear about your goal and your why and you're 100% committed, you think that, okay, you need to save $1,000 a month to reach to the goal you wanted, whether it's to buy a new house or car or travel, for whatever reason. That's your reason and it's important to you. For you, imagine all these years or whatever time you've been saving $500 a month, your body, your life has been adjusted to that. So you're comfortable with that. But suddenly from $500 to $1,000, it's a big measure, okay, to jump to that level. So before you get there, first you need to be able to save another $100 a month. So it means from $500 to $600 a month. Just take it a bit up. And of course you need adjustments, such as, let's say, if, don't buy coffee every day, or just once a week at least, make your own lunch to take to work, or some adjustment, or take, a couple of hours extra work. You get used to that, become comfortable with it. Then you incrementally, you can increase it until you reach to your goals. The problem is this: people suddenly, they go for that big goal, and no wonder they say, oh, I can't do it, I can't keep up with it because it's too much and it's overwhelming, which is they're right, obviously. How can you suddenly change your lifestyle around everything to, accommodate your goal? So there is need to be incremental and step by step. This is how our human behavior and psychology is built, to accept things gradually. That's the second one. And the third one, to me, it's a very big one, is to have accountability partner. If you don't have accountability partner, I'm sorry, the chance of you reaching your goals is very, very low. Even people, successful people, they have our own group of other coaches and mentors who help them to get to their levels. So don't ever think that even now I'm talking about goal setting, I know all about it, so that means I have to do everything by myself. Even now I have my accountability partner. So it depends on the goal that I want to get. For example, obviously I'm very comfortable talking in front of camera now these days, or even been talking on a stage for years, and talking in front of a couple of hundred people, it's a piece of cake. It's not a problem. But if somebody tells me that yes, you have to go talk and give a speech in front of 1,000 people, I know definitely I need a coach right then, or accountability partner to help me to come up with my that problems, or overwhelming feelings, that how I'm going to navigate through that. So every step of growth needs accountability partner, somebody who is there to be as your best friend but guide you, not to let you get away with it and say, okay, sure, you can have a rest, okay, fine, you can ditch it for a while. No, somebody who lovingly help you to get to your goals. Number 4 is to have a strategy. Strategy is very important in life, because without a strategy, you don't know what you are doing. So you will be trying different areas, whether, let's say if it's a marketing, there are 100 methods of marketing out there. If you don't have a strategy, you're just trying to listen to everybody and just say, oh, how about this, how about that, without even give it enough time to master it and learn it. So the strategy is up to you. You need to find out what works for you. I'll give you an example. Many years ago, when I started the self-development journey, obviously everybody was talking about meditation. I'm talking about a long, long time ago. And so yeah, obviously I gave it a try, but I didn't like it. I could never sit in one place and focusing on my breathing. That's too boring for me, and it was more frustrating. So I let it go. But then later on, obviously, as I was just reading more, listening to more podcasts and videos, and having coach and mentors, I found out that when I listen to guided meditation, I'm 100% there. I love it, I enjoy it, but if somebody's voice is there that I trust and I know, and this person is guiding me through that, now what to think, what to imagine, what to do, and at the same time gently remind me to breathe and stuff. So that worked for me. You see, I had to find the strategy that works for me. So this is again up to you to find a strategy for you. And this is strategy, now let's talk about in terms of wealth creation. It could be about, okay, working a couple of hours more, or you could find a second job, or ask for a pay rise, or simply just do some strategy to reduce your tax, which obviously ends up having more money. I'll give you a story. Actually, recently I met a general practitioner client for coaching and mentoring. And just with a simple strategy, I showed her how she can save $10,000 a year. And she was very surprised and impressed, and said, I wonder why my accountant never talked to me about it to me. So I said, well, it's not too late, so you can still go back and talk to her. And even though we met on a weekend, so she sent an email immediately after our meeting to her accountant and copied me in there and said, can you please help me on this? I spoke to Helia, and we thought maybe this strategy works for me. Please give me your opinion. And the accountant said, yes, of course, we can look into this. So that's why there are many, many ways. You need to be prepared to learn it and go out there and find it for yourself. The 5th one, which is the last one, is don't forget to reward yourself. Don't forget to celebrate your small success. It doesn't matter how small it is. You've achieved something, a little goal, just celebrate it. But of course, your celebration should be in proportion with the goal that you put. So say if you told yourself, okay, I'm going to save $100 a month, so don't go after the first month, say, yahoo, I made $100, so I'm going to go and spend $100 because, that's a reward. No, you need to make it a proportion, and make it stuff that you actually do it in daily life, such as, buying a new top, or getting your hair done. Even if I had actually a gentleman as a client, and I said to him, okay, how about haircut? He said, oh, for you girls it's easy because you can do your makeup or nails or something, put those things as the reward. But for us guys, it's not easy. I said to him, how about you tell yourself, until you do this, you are not going to get a haircut. I asked him, how often do you do haircut? And he said, oh, every 45 days. I said, okay. So let's say if you don't achieve your goal, or at least that mini goals or every step in that 1 month, so you're not allowed to do the haircut until you do it. And he said, well, that was a good one, because for 2 weeks, everybody was just telling me, why you looking like this? And that really triggered him to work on his goals and get it there. See, you need to find what works for you. So everybody is unique and different. So I'd love to hear from you guys to see what triggers you, what makes you do things, and share it with others, because that can help others as well. So now we talk about these 5 ways, and I really hope that by applying them to your life, you're going to be step closer to your goals. So we're going to wrap up soon, but before we go, I've got a couple of other things that I would like to share with you. Well, I don't know you personally, but I'm sure no matter who you are, how old you are, you've already had some goals that you accomplished and you were very happy that time. So I suggest you strongly to write down those lists. Doesn't matter when was it, whether it was when you got your driver license as a goal, so which now, okay, maybe after 30, 40 years, I don't know how old you are, you may think, oh, that's nothing, it's not a big deal. But let's tap into those emotions you had when you achieved your goals and you set those goals up. Put there and then ask yourself these questions regarding to each one, because I want you to do this research for yourself to find out. Find out why you wanted that goal, why badly you wanted that goal, what triggered you to want it, and how did you come up with the challenges on the way, because no matter what goal it is, you're going to have challenges. Even if your goal is to go out there and help people, you're going to have some challenges, because there are some protocols out there, some laws there that prohibits you to go and help. So you have to get some license or working with children certificate or something. So which you could see as a challenge and a way that, okay, does it help you to do it? So I want you to write down all of these for every goals. And then look at those lists, and again, congratulate yourself for achieving those goals. For a moment, let's celebrate and pat yourself on the back, even if no one else has ever acknowledged your success. Let's do it for yourself. Now you'll see why and how you accomplished those goals. You will write down the steps. You will find out if there were a goal that you didn't, keep it. So why did you stop? So, but the why, just be careful. Let's not try to blame others, okay? Let's just take some responsibility. For that purpose, we put the why there. Otherwise, we always use the why question in a positive format, not in a negative format. Otherwise, we all can come up with millions reasons, to say that why our life is not the way we want it to be. So, but use your why for a positive enforcement of your goal. And the last thing I want you to consider is ask yourself that, okay, are you ready to manifest your goals? Sometimes people, they are not ready even for the change. If you are not ready to receive it, how can you expect to receive it? So that's why, unfortunately, so many people, they get something in life, and later on in the year, they say, oh, that opportunity is lost. It's just because they were not ready to receive it, because they were not even ready to understand or appreciate that this is the opportunity that the life is given to them. So that's why you need to be prepared, really, mentally, and think about how consciously and subconsciously you made those strategies. What worked for you? Imagine, remember, you are just trying to rediscover yourself and find out what works for you. And I really hope you find these steps very useful, and by the end of this program, you'll find the confidence to apply them to your goal setting. Just remember, I'm cheering here for you. So please share your goals, your challenges, and your comments in the comment section, so we all can help each other. And I'm honored to be your accountability partner and be part of your self-development journey. So if you love this episode, Please share your love and support by liking this video. Share it with your friends and family. So imagine you will be part of somebody else's happiness and journey. So, and your friends are going to be eternally grateful to you for sharing this with them. Until we meet again, have a happy, healthy, and wealthy life. See you then. Hi, my name is Helya Singh, and welcome to my show, Wealth Coaching with Helya Singh, the fastest way to build wealth.